Have you ever wondered how Coca-Cola transforms from a guarded recipe to the perfectly fizzy bottle in your hand? Most people don't know the intricate, obsessive 7-step process behind each one. Every second, 19,400 bottles are consumed across the globe. Yet the journey behind each is more dramatic than you might think. In this exclusive look inside Coca-Cola's operations, we'll unveil the legendary beverage's origin story, explore the ultra-secret vault that holds its recipe, and reveal the mind-blowing science behind what makes every Coke taste identical in Cairo and California. Get ready. This is the story of the crack of the can, the fizz of the bottle, and the billion-dollar recipe locked away like a treasure. Chapter 1. From Soda Fountain to Global Empire. Let's rewind the clock. In 1886, an Atlanta pharmacist named Dr. John Steve Pemberton created what would become the most iconic beverage in history. He was originally trying to make a tonic for headaches and fatigue, a medicinal elixir that could be sold at his local pharmacy. The drink, originally a mix of coca leaf extract and cola nut caffeine, was first sold at Jacob's Pharmacy for 5 cents a glass. His bookkeeper, Frank M. Robinson, suggested the name Coca-Cola and penned the now world-famous cursive script. But Pemberton never lived to see the global empire Coca-Cola would become. He sold off his shares shortly before passing away in 1888. The real transformation came when businessman Asa Candler bought the rights for $2,300 and launched a marketing machine that turned a local curiosity into a national obsession. By the early 20th century, Coca-Cola was no longer a pharmacy tonic. It was America in a bottle. And today, it's more than a drink. It's a cultural symbol, a flavor stitched into the fabric of modern life. Chapter 2. A recipe so secret, it's guarded like gold. While the Coca-Cola Company has grown into a multi-billion-dollar juggernaut, one thing remains the same: the formula. Known as Merchandise 7X, the original Coca-Cola recipe is one of the most closely guarded trade secrets in the world. For decades, only a handful of executives were allowed to even see the full list of ingredients. It's said that no single person knows the entire formula, not even the CEO. Today, the original handwritten recipe is stored in a high-security vault inside the World of Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta, protected by biometric scanners, steel-reinforced walls, and 24/7 surveillance. Tourists can visit the museum, but the vault? That's off-limits. Adding to the mystique, only one U.S. company, the Stepan Company, is legally allowed to import coca leaves under federal authorization. They remove the cocaine alkaloids, don't worry, but preserve the aromatic compounds that give Coke part of its signature taste. It's not just a formula, it's a legacy. Chapter 3. The secret water treatment. Cleaner than your tap. Here's something that might blow your mind. The water in your Coca-Cola is cleaner than the water from your kitchen sink. Water makes up about 90% of every Coca-Cola bottle, and the company goes to extraordinary lengths to ensure that it's chemically identical no matter where in the world it's bottled. In fact, Coca-Cola's internal water purification systems are more advanced than most municipal water treatment plants. We're talking about 12-stage filtration systems, including reverse osmosis membranes that filter down to 0.0001 microns. Imagine removing a single grain of salt from a swimming pool. This water is then tested over 450 times per day for more than 70 different parameters. Even a 0.5 part per million shift in calcium levels will trigger alarms and halt production. Each bottling facility can purify enough water in a single day to fill an Olympic-sized pool. Yet, none of it moves forward unless it meets Coca-Cola's molecular gold standard. Why does this matter? Because if the water isn't exactly the same in Mexico as it is in Malaysia, the final taste would be off. So, Coke doesn't leave that to chance. The water is engineered, perfected, and obsessively monitored. Chapter 4. The legendary syrup. Crafted with surgical precision. With pristine water as the canvas, the secret syrup is the paint. And every drop of it is engineered with staggering precision. Inside high-security syrup production rooms, ingredients are mixed in tanks that could fit entire apartments. These stainless steel giants hold up to 20,000 gallons of syrup, enough to make hundreds of thousands of Cokes. Each region uses a different sweetener: high fructose corn syrup in the US, cane sugar in Mexico, beet sugar in parts of Europe. And yet, the taste remains the same. That's the magic trick. Adjustments to acidity, carbonation, and syrup concentration are made for altitude, humidity, and even temperature differences to make sure your Coke in Cairo tastes just like the one in Cincinnati. Temperature control is so critical that even a 1-degree shift can throw off the chemical harmony of the formula. It's like tuning a piano. One wrong note, and the whole thing sounds off. Tasting experts, yes, actual certified Coke testers, evaluate each batch in controlled rooms, scoring samples with a level of focus that would make wine sommeliers sweat. If something's even slightly off, the whole batch is discarded. Chapter 5. The Fizz Factory. Engineering the crack. Now comes the magic moment. Carbonation. To create that iconic hiss and fizz, the syrup and treated water are combined in pressure chambers chilled to exactly 34 degrees Fahrenheit. At this exact temperature and under 70 to 75 psi, carbon dioxide molecules dissolve perfectly into the liquid. Go just a degree off, and you'll either end up with a flat Coke or one that erupts like a science fair volcano. Once carbonated, the drink flies through high-speed filling lines, up to 2,000 bottles per minute. That's 33 bottles every second, filled with perfect precision. High-speed cameras take 120,000 photos every hour to spot any imperfections. Even a hairline crack in the bottle or a microscopic label misalignment means instant removal from the line. Meanwhile, laser sensors ensure each bottle is filled to within 0.1% of the exact volume. No more, no less. From empty bottle to fully sealed products takes less than 45 seconds. But in that time, more than 100 quality checks occur. When you pop open a Coke and hear that sharp crack, you're not just hearing gas escaping. You're hearing the sound of global synchronization, chemistry, physics, and obsessive quality control, all bottled up. Conclusion. The taste of global precision. Coca-Cola is more than a soft drink. It's an industrial ballet of chemistry, engineering, and flavor science. From its humble beginnings at a pharmacy soda fountain to a global beverage empire protected by biometric vaults, Coke's story is part legend, part science fiction, but every drop is real. Whether you're sipping one in Tokyo, Toronto, or Timbuktu, you're tasting over a century of innovation sealed with a pop. So next time you take a sip, remember, you're not just drinking a soda. You're drinking one of the most perfectly engineered liquids on Earth.